This is a quick little video on how I connected my Victron Shunt to my Old Town Autopilot 120. That's the box to the shunt. I need a solder kit. I used wire cutters, diagonal cutters, strippers, a little sealant. The big bolts on the Victron thing are 17 millimeter. You need crimpers, and I bought some rings off Amazon. I didn't have enough, so I bought those. And a little wire that I had around. So not really much at all. Pretty easy job. Takes about a half hour. And I'll show you the boat in just a sec. So here's the Autopilot 120, which is great. I had a Battle-Born battery, and I wanted to put the shunt on it. What happened was I used all the battery, 106 amp hours the other day, and it ran out. I had a paddle back, which sucked, so I didn't want to do that anymore. And there's no way to tell how much battery you have left with the power drive motor that comes with this. The battery meter is set with lead acid, so the voltage it tells you, the meter doesn't work at all with lithium voltage, so it's no good at all. So anyway, I bought the Victron Shunt to tell you exactly how many amp hours you use while you're out there fishing. So here's where I mounted it, right here, and it's stuck so you can't really see it, but you can see the two leads right here. This one is to battery, and this one is to the trolling motor itself. And the trolling motor is this lead right here in the top of the box, and you just cut the ring off, and I used 10 gauge wire, and I just attached that and run it back. I ran it back through behind the battery. I did have to drill a hole in the bottom of the boat, or the side, which sucked, but I filled it with DAP. I don't know if you can see it, but all three wires are going through there. So anyway, this wire right here to the trolling motor right here goes to system minus on this side, and then this one says to the battery, and that just goes right to here to the negative battery. And then there's one other lead, this little red lead right here. It's really small, and they give you the lead. It's just a little wire that runs to the front of the shunt, and it's got a little port that you just stick it in, and all that does is power the Bluetooth. And so that's where I mounted it. This is the hatch that goes on top, if you can't tell where it is. That's the hatch. It's watertight. So turned out pretty good. Took about a half hour. Not, pretty easy job. And the shunt works great. If I get a minute, I'll show you how good the software is for the shunt. It really turns out nice. It works good. So anyway, hope this helps. I know there wasn't any videos on how to do it, so there you go. This is the Victron Connect app. It's that one in the middle, squiggly lines. You click the shunt, you'll see when you open it up. But anyway, this is the first page. Shows the regular voltage of what's going on right now. This is the how much you've used, the discharge, and last charge, cumulative amp draw, average discharge, last discharge, a bunch of stuff. This is a real-time graph of what's going on. But really, this is the most important page. It shows the current voltage, the current you're using right now, and consumed amp hours. So if you keep track of, and on the bottom it shows you how much time you got left using the current amp hour that you're using at this time. So it's an easy way to keep track of what's going on. It shows you everything what's going on with your battery at that time. And really it shows you how much you've used and how much you got left. So it's great.